With the new Pokemon Home update released and all the new strategies in the metagame, Rain has been buffed amazingly in the past 2 weeks. Previously as mentioned, Rain was already pretty good in Generation 9 with Wave Crash Floatzel, Walking Away Greninja, etc. Like it was pretty solid, but Sun usually was the better weather pre-Home. However, the Pokemon Home update offers a significant buff to Rain teams like never seen before. Let's talk about the obvious ones first, Tornados and Zapdos. While both of them have been pretty nerfed significantly, and if you guys want to know really how, check out these videos I made a while ago, they actually have been still having some meta value. Zapdos lost Weather Ball, Defog, and Toxic, and while all three are pretty huge, this Pokemon still serves as a pretty good wall threat alongside its ability of Static. It's still able to punish physical threats lurking in the tier and keep them at arm's length alongside Rocky Helmet. While Zapdos is forced to be more offensively imposing with the loss of key utility moves, Terrestrialization and its walling capabilities keep it around. Hurricane can still hit underneath the Rain, so it's not all that bad either. Common sets I've been seeing is Terra, Steel, Fire, Flying, or Electric, then Volt Switch, Hurricane, Thunder, Thunderbolt, or Discharge, and then Roost for recovery. Zapdos did get pretty hard nerfed, but it still has more tools that still make it pretty viable in today's meta, alongside Rain teams. Tornados-Therian also got pretty hard nerfed with no knockoff and defog. However, with the recent bans of Mag, Chien-Pao, or CP as we've seen around, and Zamazenta Crowned, it's starting to climb back up slowly. It still has good offensive coverage move pool, and it's one of the faster Pokemon in the metagame. Tornados-Therian also has the ability Regenerator and notable moves like U-Turn, Nasty Plot, Hurricane, and more for its offensive prowess. Both of these Pokemon, while they did get pretty hard nerfed, they still have good abilities, excellent offensive coverage, and the ability to shift around still with U-Turn, which makes it easier to bring out other Rain Pokemon as needed. Probably another huge addition to Rain, and a Pokemon in my opinion going underneath the radar for being banned, is Urshifu-Rapid Strike form. This Pokemon is still really solid and actually got significantly buffed with the recent addition of Sword Stance, Punching Gloves, and Trailblaze. Those speaks for itself, and alongside its crazy ability of Unseen Fist, it's become more unguardable as time passes on and with more bans. And underneath the Rain with Searching Strikes, it can be a whole lot of trouble once a Sword Stance is up. While this Pokemon is not always making an appearance on Rain teams, I've seen it quite often and it's still pretty strong once it's on them, so I thought it was pretty good to still mention it. Obviously though, the biggest and most powerful addition we have to have is Basculegion male form. Although surprisingly, female form has been good lately, but for purposes we are going to talk about the popular one first. Female, while it's been popping up here and there because of its ghost coverage, it's still a downgrade on offensive stats, and having to rely on Hydro Pump is what pushes it away from male form. Anyways, while this fish is banned from using Last Respects, male Basculegion is still Floatzel but on drugs. For starters, it already still has a much better offensive attack stat and has a great typing of Water and Ghost, which can exercise resistances or actually immunities to fighting and normal types respectively. It can also outspeed more Scarfers and a lot of Pokemon underneath Rain with Swift Swim, Adamant Nature. Choice Band, Wave Crash, Crunch, Aqua Jet, and whatever you want in a 4th slot move can be devastating. Oh, and Terra Water to increase its stab damage. Like this thing can be crazy underneath Rain. Like I said, it's Floatzel but on drugs. It sucks though that this Pokemon still has no real ghost coverage, with Phantom Force being kinda mid and Shadow Ball being special attacking move. But Swift Swim actually isn't all. This Pokemon still has another great ability and adaptability, which can increase its stab damage even further, which makes its walling crepe abilities even more ridiculous. With adaptability, Wave Crash, boosted Terra Water underneath the Rain is just so unreal. However, obviously there's a downside to which you'll be much slower than the meta, so a Jolly Choice Scarf might have to be used to avoid that. Still though, a very viable set, and arguably up there with the Swift Swim version 2. I like both sets personally, and using both sets are really fun. Adaptability does a crazy amount of damage, and Choice Band, Wave Crash underneath Rain with Swift Swim is still really strong as well. And you could actually potentially stack the Swift Swim Wave Crash damage alongside Floatzel too. Bring it back from our Floatzel Wave Crash gimmicks and make it more extra potent and extra annoying. Don't forget as well, Walk and Wake, a Pokemon both flexible in Rain and Sun, still exists and can get off Hydro Steams if needed underneath Rain as well. Still potent with choice specs or whatever the case you still want to run on it. Rain is just so amazing now, and with new toys to play around with it, it is much more powerful than pre-home ever was. Basculegion, Tornados, Urshifu, Zapdos, and the old Mons as well all add up to make Rain one of the most potent archetypes lurking in the tier. If you're not careful, you will be caught off guard by Rain boosted Wave Crash. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Rain, and if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more competitive content just like this. Oh, and join the Discord as well, link in the description.